It seems like Tristan, Andrew's brother, flew over to their house in Romania, a US woman. Now, the investigation on this case dates back to April 2020, when, if you remember, after the Romanian police raided their house because of a complaint that was made against them by a US citizen. Long story short, it seems like Tristan, Andrew's brother, flew over to their house in Romania, a US woman, and one of her relatives contacted the US embassy and complained about this woman being retained against her will at the Tate's brother's house. So after the police raid happened, they've been released in a few hours because they simply didn't have enough evidence against them. But that's really when this whole investigation started. Now, coming back to the present moment, 8 months later, once they arrived in Romania a few days ago, they've been tracked down by the Romanian police and they've been arrested for 24 hours. Yesterday, so one day later, on December 13th, they've been presented in front of the judge and the prosecutor proposed, based on the evidence that he gathered, to detain the suspects for 30 days. His request was accepted by the judge, and now Andrew Tate, his brother Tristan, and one Romanian woman, because the other one has been set free, are being under arrest for 30 days. Now, I'm going to break down some of the specifics of this case so you get a better understanding of what's actually happening. Number one, the prosecutor that is leading the case is actually a chief prosecutor, and he's very well known in Romania for leading some of the biggest and most famous cases against anti-mafia. For example, he's very well known for arresting the biggest drug lord in Romania, and he's also the one behind the collective tragedy, which, for those of you that don't know, it's about a nightclub that burned down, which unfortunately led to 64 deaths and over 180 people being injured. Now, he's also known for being one of the toughest prosecutors in Romania, and because of his past experience and because he received during his career a lot of death threats, he has 24/7 security assured by the special forces, which, to be honest, tells me that he's going to go all in on this case and he really has nothing to lose. Now, in my opinion, being that he's very experienced, he would have never arrested them in the first place if he didn't have enough evidence to support the case.
So they always have a way they can go after you. It doesn't really matter if they have enough evidence or not. They just have, they can just take you and keep you there and frustrate you and make sure you suffer. And maybe the case is being discharged, or maybe the case just keeps going for as many years as possible and they just wasting your time, It could be that. How long has Julian Assange been suffering in this current situation? How long? He was in the Ecuadorian embassy for almost 10 years. Look at how his whole life was being wasted. And now he is in a British prison for only God knows how long. So they always have a way they can waste your life out, even if they don't have enough evidence to actually charge you. They can just keep you there and keep you there and keep you there. So that's the whole thing. But let's continue.
Number two, the fact that Tate brothers have been arrested for 30 days does not mean that they are guilty. In fact, they are innocent until proven guilty. Now, you might ask yourself, if they are not guilty, then why did the judge decide to keep them under arrest for an extra 30 days? Well, I could tell you that there are two main reasons behind it. The first reason is that so they don't escape the country, because as you already know, they have like 10 passports and different citizenship in different countries, and that could become a problem, because if they get into a country where there's no legal treaty between Romania and that country in terms of extraditing people, then obviously that could affect the investigations. Now, the second reason is that so they don't interfere with the investigations itself. Here's what I mean by that. In the next 30 days, the prosecutor is going to gather further evidence against them, and he's mainly going to do it by questioning the witnesses and all the people involved in this case. Now, if Tate brothers were free, then they could talk with the people involved in this case, including witnesses, and they could influence their statements, which will ultimately affect the course of the investigation. So that's why this security measure of 30 days under arrest was accepted by the judge. Number three, there was never a bail option, and if they are found guilty, they can face up to 10 to 20 years in prison. Now, a lot of people expected for them to get out on bail because they have money, but that's not how the legal system works in Romania. The law states very clearly that in case you are facing charges for crimes that have intention behind them, then unfortunately the bail is not an option for you. Now, all the charges that they are facing are considered to have intention behind them, and to give you an example of a crime that does not have intention behind it and where bail bail could be an option will be bribery or when you kill somebody in a car accident by mistake. Now, in terms of the prison time, for both rape and human trafficking, the punishment is between 5 to 10 years. Now, for the third one, which is the establishment of an organized criminal group, if found guilty, of course, the prison time it's anywhere between 1 to 5 years. Now, it's worth mentioning that during this trial, some of the charges can drop, and in the end, they can be found guilty of only one crime or none at all. Number 4, this trial can go on for 1 to 3 years, but this does not mean that they're going to stay under arrest for so long. They're most likely going to be set free in Q1 2023, and the trial is going to continue with them in freedom. It's also worth mentioning that if the girl that accused them of rape will withdraw her complaint, then the charges for rape will drop as well.
Let's just wait and see how this whole trial thing plays out. But it's likely impossible that the girl who accused them of rape is going to withdraw her accusation, because I believe before she made the accusation of rape, she must have already made up her mind to carry it through. Now, there's one thing that I would like to say is that sometimes we do not know totally about anything or anybody. The girl who accused them of rape might be telling the truth or might be lying. We do not know as of now. So we just have to wait to see how this whole thing unfolds and how the Romanian authorities will carry out their investigation and what will come out of this investigation. But I am not naive, because I do believe that sometimes some of these investigations might be tweaked here and there to look like something whereby they are not, right? You get my point, right? So some of these investigations, if you have powerful people behind them who wants to send a clear message, who wants to prove that they are more powerful than you are and they can do more than you think you can do, then they might just tweak the investigation in their favor. So let's hold on and see what all this is going to turn out to be. And like I have said before, like I do hope and I do pray that Andrew Tate and his brother and the other lady who are under arrest in Romania get a fair trial. I hope that people or powerful people or the establishment would not get involved and try to paint the investigation into a different thing. I hope that they all will stay aside and let Romanian authorities carry out their investigation and really figure out if what the lady complained about or if all the charges are actually what they are. But to you, my humble followers and viewers of this channel, what do you have to say about this whole Andrew Tate issue? Let us know in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. And also, please kindly like this video, share this video, follow our Facebook page, and most importantly, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Little deeds of goodwill like this one helps the channel a lot, and we shall forever be grateful to you. So thank you very much for watching this video, and like always, see you in the next one.